Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more English story. I wasn't always driven. In fact, for years, laziness was my closest companion. I'd scroll through my phone for hours, procrastinate on important tasks, and convince myself that I'd start tomorrow. But tomorrow never came. It wasn't that I lacked dreams. I had plenty of them: building a successful career, getting fit, learning new skills. But dreams without discipline are just fantasies. And my laziness turned every opportunity into an excuse. One day, I hit rock bottom. It was a Monday morning, and I had an important meeting at 9:00 a.m. I woke up at 8:30, groggy and unprepared. Rushing to get ready, I spilled coffee on my shirt and forgot my notes. By the time I arrived, flustered and embarrassed, the meeting was over. My boss called me into his office. His words were simple but cutting. "You're better than this. Stop wasting your potential." The turning point, that day, I went home and looked in the mirror. For the first time, I saw someone who was letting life pass them by. I asked myself, how much longer are you going to let laziness hold you back? The answer terrified me. I realized that if I didn't change, I'd wake up one day filled with regret. Not because life was unfair, but because I had wasted it. I decided to kill laziness that very moment. The battle within. Killing laziness wasn't easy. Every morning, my bed felt like a magnet, pulling me back under the covers. Every evening, the temptation to relax instead of working toward my goals was overwhelming. But I started small. I made a list of 3 things I'd accomplish every day, no matter what. Some days, it was as simple as waking up on time, exercising for 10 minutes, and reading one chapter of a book. The more I pushed through, the more momentum I built. The small wins became habits, and those habits became a lifestyle. The new me. Months later, I barely recognized myself. I was waking up early, hitting the gym, and tackling challenges head-on. Opportunities started coming my way, not because I was lucky, but because I was ready for them. One day, I ran into a former colleague who said, "You've completely transformed. What's your secret?" I smiled and replied, "I killed laziness." The execution plan. Killing laziness wasn't about a single dramatic act. It was about crafting a strategy, a system that would make excuses impossible and progress inevitable. Step 1. Replace comfort with clarity. The first thing I did was define my why. Why did I want to change? I wrote down a list of all the things I wanted in life: financial freedom, better health, stronger relationships, and a sense of pride in who I was. Next to each goal, I wrote what laziness had cost me: financial freedom, missed promotions and wasted potential; a better health, gaining weight and feeling constantly tired; a stronger relationships, neglecting friends and family. Reading that list hurt, but it also fueled me. I wasn't just battling laziness. I was fighting for a better future. Step 2. Attack the morning. I realized my mornings were the key to killing laziness. If I started the day right, the rest would follow. I set an alarm and forced myself to wake up at the same time every day. No snoozing allowed. Instead of scrolling through my phone, I spent 5 minutes journaling about my goals. I committed to 15 minutes of exercise, just enough to feel energized. It wasn't perfect at first. Some mornings, I wanted to stay in bed. But I reminded myself of the cost of giving in. I wasn't going to lose to laziness anymore. Step 3. Break down the beast. Laziness thrives on overwhelm. I used to see big tasks and think, I'll never get this done. So I broke everything into small, manageable steps. For example, instead of write a report by Friday, I told myself, write one paragraph each day. Every small win gave me a surge of confidence. Progress, no matter how tiny, killed the voice of laziness whispering, just quit. Step 4. Eliminate temptations. Laziness loves distractions. Social media, binge watching shows, endless snacking. I had to cut these out. I deleted apps that wasted my time. I scheduled work blocks where my phone was out of reach. I replaced junk food with healthier snacks to stay energized. It was tough at first, but the more I distanced myself from distractions, the more focused and productive I became. Step 5. Build accountability. I told a friend about my goals and asked them to check in with me weekly. Knowing someone else was watching my progress kept me motivated. Step 6. Celebrate the wins. Every time I resisted laziness and followed through on a goal, I celebrated. Finished a workout? I treated myself to a smoothie. Completed a project early? I allowed myself a guilt-free movie night. Celebrating kept me excited about the journey and reminded me why the fight was worth it. A new habit. A new life. Killing laziness wasn't about being perfect. I still had off days, but they became the exception, not the rule. With every step forward, I built a new identity. Someone who takes action, no matter how small or challenging. The payoff. As the days turned into weeks, I began to notice the changes. Killing laziness wasn't just transforming my productivity, it was transforming me. 1. Confidence replaced regret. Before, I'd end most days filled with regret, thinking about what I could have done. Now, I closed each day with a sense of pride. The small tasks I used to avoid were now accomplishments that fueled my confidence. I started waking up excited about my to-do list, knowing I had control over my time and energy. 2. Progress became addictive. What I once feared, effort, became something I craved. Each completed task felt like a step closer to the life I wanted. My fitness goals? I was stronger and healthier than I'd been in years. Career? I was taking on challenges I'd once avoided, earning recognition and new opportunities. Relationships? People noticed the change in me. They saw someone who showed up for themselves and others. 3. Facing bigger challenges. With laziness no longer holding me back, I found myself tackling goals I'd once thought impossible. I started learning new skills, things I'd put off for years, like public speaking and mastering new software for work. I volunteered for leadership roles that scared me but ultimately made me grow. I began saving and investing money instead of wasting it on mindless indulgences. Every challenge made me stronger, proving to myself that I was capable of more than I'd imagined. 4. Inspiring others. What surprised me most was how my journey inspired the people around me. Friends, colleagues, even family members started asking, "How did you turn things around?" I realized that killing laziness wasn't just about me. It was about showing others what was possible. My story became proof that anyone could take control of their life with the right mindset and effort. 5. Building an unstoppable mindset. The most profound change wasn't external. It was in my mindset. I no longer feared hard work. I no longer avoided discomfort. I embraced discipline as the key to freedom. Every time I faced the temptation to fall back into laziness, I reminded myself, the life you want isn't waiting for you. You have to build it, one step at a time. I wasn't just surviving anymore, I was thriving. And all it took was the decision to stop letting laziness win. A new perspective. Laziness, I realized, wasn't just a habit, it was a thief. It stole my time, my dreams, and my potential. Killing it wasn't just about doing more. It was about reclaiming everything it had taken from me. 1. Time became sacred. I used to let hours slip through my fingers, scrolling on my phone or binging shows that added nothing to my life. Now, every minute felt precious. I started scheduling my days with intention. I learned to say no to distractions, even if it meant missing out on temporary pleasures. I found joy in productivity, knowing every effort was an investment in my future. 2. Finding joy in discipline. Discipline, once a word I dreaded, became my greatest ally. It wasn't about forcing myself to suffer. It was about building a life I didn't need an escape from. Waking up early wasn't a chore. It was an opportunity to start the day strong. Eating healthy and working out weren't punishments, they were acts of self-love. Tackling tough tasks wasn't draining, it was empowering, a reminder of my strength. 3. Redefining success. Success stopped being about achieving massive goals overnight. It became about showing up every day, doing my best, and trusting that small wins would add up. I stopped comparing myself to others and focused on my own journey. I celebrated progress, no matter how small, because every step forward mattered. I learned that success wasn't about perfection, it was about perseverance. 4. Gratitude for the struggle. Looking back, I was grateful for the struggle. Without it, I wouldn't have discovered my strength or learned the value of effort. The journey wasn't easy, but it was worth it. Every time I wanted to give up, I reminded myself, the pain of discipline is temporary. The pain of regret lasts forever. 5. The ripple effect. What started as a personal journey began to impact those around me. My energy, focus, and determination inspired others to take charge of their lives. I saw my friends start their own journeys, and it reminded me that change isn't just for us, it's for everyone we touch. The war against laziness wasn't over, but I was no longer afraid of the fight. Every day was a chance to choose effort over excuses, growth over comfort, and action over stagnation. Moral of the story: kill laziness. Laziness is not just a state of rest. It's a silent thief that steals your potential, dreams, and opportunities. To conquer it, you must take ownership of your time, embrace discipline, and commit to consistent effort. Growth requires action. Every step, no matter how small, is progress toward your goals. Discipline builds freedom. When you master your habits, you master your life. Effort outweighs excuses. Your future self will thank you for choosing action over complacency. Inspire others through change. Your transformation can motivate those around you to pursue their best selves. By killing laziness, you reclaim your power and unlock a life filled with purpose, productivity, and endless potential. Start today, because your success depends on the actions you take now. I'm so glad you spent this time with me. If you liked the story, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Take care, and see you next time.